In this video, traders, we are going to look at which area should I focus on in my trading. Stick around. Hey guys, well, welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate all of you. If you are a subscriber to the channel, I'm chugging along quite nicely. Subscribers growing every now and then. I kind of glance and think, hey, you know what? We're doing all right. Some people kind of like some of the stuff we're sharing. And if it's not for you, that's a two-way street. I get it. It's not for you, you don't want to subscribe anymore. That's absolutely fine as well. I know there's lots of great content out there. I try and do stuff that hopefully is valuable to you. But if it's not, I get it as well. Not everyone's going to like it, but if it is, appreciate your subscription. Whatever should I focus on in my trading? So this is something I think that we come up with as challenge as traders, right? We go, okay, I've got all these things that I'm trying to work on. I've got to improve my strategy. Maybe I do this, maybe I do that. I want to get sized up on this play. I want to kind of hold trades longer. And there's always an array of things we're trying to work on and trying to fix. And that's just because we are ambitious. We want to achieve more. We want to make more. We want to do all the things and achieve all the goals that we set out for ourselves to do. Fine. So how do we decide which one to work on? Well, it's going to depend on where you are in the journey, right? So if you are, let's say you are experienced, let's say you've had lots of profitability, and let's say you've kind of got a good strategy, let's say you've got a kind of good mindset, you're very disciplined, you're going to want to focus on something very, very different to the trader who's maybe 1 year, 18 months, 2 years in, and is still kind of struggling a little bit with strategy. Maybe their emotions are getting the better of them, maybe this, maybe that. It's a completely different focus area. So you've got to audit where you are in your journey. And maybe sizing is very important for you when these other things are dealt with. But when you're early on in your career, sizing is the last thing you want to do because you're just going to amplify any damage that you're doing at the moment. So step back, and the first thing I will look at is, okay, where is the risk in this? Where's the most risky area? What is causing me the biggest drawdown, or has the potential to give me the biggest drawdown? Because there is zero point in working on sizing your best plays, dialing in your strategy, holding your trades longer, and extracting more from what you're good at if you're going to throw it all away with some bad spells. So let's identify those first. I know it's like, oh, this is negative and stuff, but you really want to make sure that you have the confidence that you can size up and you're not going to blow things up. You can size up with a good foundation and good strategy. So the first thing I'm going to look at is go, okay, what about our mindset? It's like, yeah, it's nice, but if these were your things here, let's say strategy, you probably can't read my writing cuts, I know you never can. Strategy, mindset, tilt trading, holding trades, analysis, sizing, for example, those things you want to work on, straight away I'm going to be like, whoa, this needs to be fixed. Because there's no point in working on this. Again, a nice strategy, it's really solid, good mindset, holding my trades right to those extremes, trying to catch those bigger moves and squeeze as much out of as I can. Good. If you're giving out any trading on tilt, because it's just pointless. So something like that has a detrimental impact to a trader. And if you haven't checked out the video I did on Are You a Landmine Trader, check that one out, because I feel like a lot of us have been through that journey where we get away with it, walking through those field of landmines. So tilt trading, that would be our focus. Anything that's got risk in it, anything that's got tail risk that you could come out from anywhere, that has to be nipped in the bud. It absolutely has to be. It's just no point otherwise. And then you go, okay, that's probably the easy one. So you've dealt with that, right? You're not trading on tilt anymore. Good. Now you're going to go, okay, what's the priority here? And really then for me, it's you've got to have a robust confidence and mindset behind things. And this might be up for debate, and I get it, this is my perspective on things. But I genuinely believe that you need this confidence and foundation and strength when trading is not going well. And you might be a great trader, right? We see great traders, and you know yourself, if you had a period, let's say you've had good periods of profitability, you put 5, 6, 7 years of green numbers in, when you haven't had that quarter Q1, Q2, it's not so great. It's not good, but you leverage on the fact that you've done this and you've been through this before to get you through it. If you don't have that mindset and positivity and the visualization, all things we talk about loads, then that's the sort of thing that can crumble you and really undo all the good work. So I think And again, some people might not agree with me, that's fine. But the mindset aspect is what you need to work on. So your confidence in your trading, and it'll come actually. One thing to notice is when you get rid of tilt trading and discipline issues and this, that, the other, then confidence will build and mindset will be much stronger and structured and you'll feel more comfortable trading. So mindset's a good one to work on. Then the other one, which is kind of overlooked a lot, and we don't overlook it in Traders Mastermind, absolutely not. But many people who go on about psychology and this and that and the other all the time, and it's valid, and it's a big hurdle for many. If you haven't got a profitable strategy, you can have all that dialed down, but if you've got a strategy that's got negative expectancy, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're playing roulette, right? You're playing roulette, you've got no kind of system or gaming the system, or it's just a genuine roulette wheel, authentic roulette wheel. You can have all the confidence in the world, you can have all the rules in the world, and you can be disciplined and all this, but you are going to lose over time because you have a negative expectancy playing as a player, not the casino. So it does pay to really work on the strategy. But why I focus on mindset and stuff that's really risk heavy first is that the strategy gives you the slim edge that you can build on and build on and build on and build on. But the massive negative edge that comes from kind of a bad mindset or poor mindset and discipline issues overrules any of that. So we need to get to strategy, but let's deal with the big heavy things first. Once you've got rid of those lead weights, once you've got rid of those big drawdown potentials from your mind, not necessarily from the strategy, you can work on the strategy, and then you've got that time of iterating the strategy, adjusting the strategy, building, adding new things in, adding a filtering process. I always work from a filter process and then triggers that bolt into that. So I've got a filtering process I've talked about this many times, I don't want to repeat myself, guys, but I bring that in. Yes, that trade is ready. Yes, I'm ready to pull the trigger on that. What are my trigger criteria? And I'll have multiple different ways of getting into that trade. And some of them I may not use depending on how that comes with the filter process, and some of them I will. And then I can either add new triggers, add new things if I want, take them away, and I kind of have this modular approach to it. So definitely strategy is worth looking at. And then you kind of go into analysis of your trades. That probably comes in with the strategy and developing deeper understanding of what you're good at and what you're not so good at. Sizing is right at the end. Sizing is really when you've got everything nailed down, you've got an effective strategy, you've managed to recover from some drawdown, you've got some longevity in the markets, you put some green numbers on the board, you don't have many serious discipline issues, you're not going to be perfect, don't try to be perfect, but you've not got trading on tilt or any crazy stuff like that. Then you go, you know what? This is good, I'm in the cruise, I'm cruising okay here. Can I turn this throttle up a little bit? Where can I do it? And that's when the sizing comes in. Is it going to be a blanket size increase? Is it going to be a size increase on my very best plays? Am I going to skew the risks? I'm going to take out some of the worst plays and allocate that risk capital to the best plays. What's that decision? I talked about that exclusively on other videos, so I won't go into that now. So that's the very end. But holding trades comes in with your strategy. How do I kind of extract more? If you feel like you're leaving stuff on the table, don't get frustrated by it. We'll find out a solution to improve that. Are there certain plays that are going to help me hold these trades longer, etc.? And we can go into kind of multiple details, but let's keep it simple. I know I've gone on longer than I wanted to here. Focus on the things that are heavy risk first. You tilt, you discipline and stuff. Get your mindset solid, get confidence, act like a professional, feel like a professional, have the habits of a professional. Talks about having your thoughts and actions in congruency, all that type of stuff. Then you do your strategy. And again, some people might argue they're around, fine. Do your strategy, get your strategies nailed down, get those comfortable, and then you're in a nice place, right? You can relax a little bit almost and go, okay, let me bed in a little bit with these strategies, with the way I trade, the workflow, all this type of stuff. And once that's bedded in, then you can start to look for improvements. How can I make more from these trades? How can I hold these trades longer, minimize my losers, maximize my winners? How can I size up? Then that's that game to play. I think that's the sequence rather than jumping straight to the end, trying to make more from the best plays and ignoring the fact that you could wipe out any moment because you're not that disciplined. Take care, guys. Keep the risk managed. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.